So I'll just quickly tell you the angels before I come to crowdfunding, because it is important to set the platform, because angels actually are a part of the crowdfunding, phenomenon that's going to happen. So angel investor is an individual who invests his own money directly in a seed stage venture where there's no family connection. All MSMEs, I'm sure there are some representatives here. I'm sure, where does the equity come from? From your own savings, from your family, and friends. But then there comes an angel investor as a friend from outside and he helps. And generally there's about this small, $1 million investments. And he provides a gap between the friends and family funding and the venture capital funding. Remember, very high risk, so very high returns. Because if you look at the capital structuring, if today 100 rupees is a shareholding, and the angel investor is holding 20% of the shareholding. In the second round of expansion, equity expansion, the 20% will come down to 15%, 10%, 5%. The dilution happens, right? So with the same amount of money that I gave, at today, and I have 20% stake at the company, the same stake becomes 10%, 5%. It keeps on diluting. Ultimately, when the valuation goes, but my stake keeps on going down. Ultimately, I need a more higher return in the initial stages, and that's the reason why angel investors' returns expects are very, very high. So obviously, they look for the tap, where the money is flowing in. And a study by the National Endowment of Body of UK estimated that in terms of returns, 35% of the angel investments produce returns of 1 to 5x. I'm talking of 500%. Well, 9% produces returns of 10 times. 10x. However, because there's a basket and there's some bad apples, there's nice apples, the mean return comes down to about 2.2 times over a period of 3.6 years with an approximately IRR of 22%, which is a healthy return, I would say, on an entire basket. So there would be people who are earning 10x, there are people who are earning 2x, losing money also. The average comes down to 22% higher. For your information, the Indian Angel Investor Network, there are about few of them who have actually come together and formed a network. And in today's world of social media, the Twitter, that's the reason I chose this as a symbol, is actually the word to spread around, to find out who are the networks, what accessible, and how do we access this. Today when, Mr. Manoj said about SIDBI, he also referred about sites, going to getting information from the sites as to what is exactly happening. The networks are there, the banks are there, with whom they are doing loan syndication, some banks they are doing innovation funding. Hence, the information is there, all available on so many websites. Hence, you need to be alert, especially on the social media, and find out what is available. Just look at the data. Mumbai Angels invested in 14 startups in 2011, which in 2010 they had done about 5 or 6. And they have invested in 45 ventures, and IAN, which is another network, they have invested 35. But please look at that. IAN has evaluated 3,000 business plans and met about 1,500 entrepreneurs in just 1 year. That's the kind of level of activity. So what I'm trying to explain, the MSMEs, if you're looking for funding, please look beyond the debt funding. Obviously, as you said, it's difficult to get funding, and we know I'm not wearing the banker's hat. I'm actually wearing just an IMC representative today and somebody who's speaking about equity. And then please look at equity options which are available beyond what exactly are you seeing.